That silence is painful to their minds. They can't fathom what will you do next. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another part two to another video. By the way, Grand Rising, how y'all doing out there today? And we're going to talk about the power of moving in silence and how it will drive people so crazy they cannot figure out your move. And I got some notes right here. So you may want to stay tuned. When you're coming in, hit that like button, leave a comment, click the subscribe button if you're new here. And make sure you turn your notifications bell on so you don't want to miss no content or none of that. Alright? But with that being said, let's get right into it. Y'all got people scratching their heads about you. You got people stressing themselves out because they can't figure out your next move. That is the power of moving in silence, ladies and gentlemen. They can't figure out what you going to do next or what your next move is about to be. This is why they say, if you tell the plan, you will fail. Tell the plan, you will fail. But let me tell you something. When you keep that plan to yourself, look at here. They can't figure out what you're going to do. None whatsoever. But if you tell the plan, guess what? You're going to fail. And they're going to try to go back behind your back and sabotage it. So you got to keep your next moves to yourself at all costs. I know you want to go out there and tell people what you got going on, what you're doing, what God blessing you, but you just got to let people sit and watch you because they're not happy for you anyway. You'll be surprised at how many people want to be all in your business. They want to know what you got going on behind the scenes. They know you're working, but they want to know who you doing it with, who you talking to, how much money you making. Not only that, they are pocket watching y'all. These people will do anything just to destiny swap with you. They want to be in your shoes so bad, you can see it in their eyes. When they get near you, they get uncomfortable because you're so silent. But they're quick enough to go tell other people's business, so you already know how these people are moving. They are ruthless, they are wicked, and they try to keep you tied down. They try to keep you, what's the word I'm looking for here? They try to keep you, they try to keep you thither with them, try to keep you connected. They ain't want you to go nowhere in life. They want you to be stuck, remain stuck, and not doing nothing with their lives. So they want you to be the same way. But they got fooled. Yes, indeed they did. But this is why they said the power of moving in silence, because it's painful to them. They so in pain they can't figure out your next move. These people are so miserable, y'all. When I say they so miserable, it's a crying shame. Well, yeah, let me read you these notes right quick. A seed grows with no sound, but a tree falls with a huge notice. Destruction has noise, but creation is quiet. This is the power of silence. Grow silently. So what that tells you right there, you got to grow in silence. You can't tell nobody what you got going on. Because guess what? Like I told you earlier, if you tell the plan, you plan to fail. You got to let people that's wonder. And I know you want to tell people what you got going on, but it's none of their business. Don't tell nobody nothing. And you'll be surprised. Well, who will get mad at you because you decide to keep your blessing to yourself? In my opinion, you should. Because like I told you, you ain't worrying about what they got going on. You ain't worrying about he or she or what they got going on, and do you? No. But they want to know about little old you, what you got going on, because it's something special about you in the first place. They want to know. They just want to know. That's why they asking all these questions. Don't give them nothing. They can't fathom what's going on in your life. They can't figure it out. I'm talking about it's painful to their minds. These people losing sleep over you. You ain't losing sleep for nobody or anything, but It's something special about y'all. It really is. You are special. When I say you special, it's something about you. Because people can't take their finger off of you. They always point their finger at you like you the bad guy. But the whole entire time, they admire by you. It's something about that young man. It's just something about her. They gotta get up in groups and they gotta hold it together. Because they trying to figure out what's going on in your life. Even when you're moving in silence, they will make up lies to make it seem like it's really the truth. But they know they lying to themselves. They lying, y'all. When I say they lying, they are straight up lying. They can't keep up with you, so they gotta get in groups just to tell all these lies. And guess what? You still doing good. And that gets them even more madder and madder and even more madder. I'm talking about you got people scratching themselves out. And you're not even doing this on purpose. They in secret competition with you behind closed doors. See, they go and tell other people their business and vice versa. But it comes down to you. Everybody took that focus off what they doing and start focusing on you. Can you believe it? And these people got more than you and they still upset. So what that tells you right there, money, materialistic things don't mean nothing. If they soul ain't right, guess what? They ain't happy either. Let me repeat that one more time. Materialistic things doesn't mean anything. If they soul ain't right, they ain't right. But you keep your mouth shut. You let people speak for themselves. People already telling on themselves. The way they go back tell other people business, backstabbing people. But you, on the other hand, they fear you. Because they can't figure out what's his next move. What's her next move? I got to know. They are literally hurting themselves, causing themselves pain. They can't sleep at night. You can see the bags between their eyes. You can see the gray growing on top of their hair. Y'all, these people literally hurting themselves. They're causing stress to their brain. Because they want you to tell the plan so bad. Like literally so bad. Like what's the issue here? What is the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. You're not like them. And they sure as hell ain't like you. When you pop out for one doggone good reason. But behind all that, you stay behind the scenes. You don't need to be showing out just to get attention, just to seek validation. You're not like them. They gotta be seen. They want people to see them. They gotta make noise. Remember, the quietest one in the room is the loudest. But the loudest one is the weakness. It's the most scariest one in the room. That's why when they see you and you're not saying a word, they get intimidated. Trust me. Trust me. But yeah, y'all, they cannot fathom of what's going on in your life. See, they posting their relationships and all this and that, posting their problems. Everybody know their business. But you, they want to know everything about you from A to Z, from 0 to 100. They want to know it all. Where you grew up at? Was your mom and daddy married? How many siblings you got? What was your first car? You have a dog, a cat? They want to know everything. They want to know what's your favorite food, your favorite movie. They asking all these questions because they so nosy. Because like I said, you like a celebrity to them. They want to know everything about you. But you're not telling them a doggone thing. But your next move is going to flabbergast a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be stunned. You finna shock a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. You finna prove them all dead wrong. Because back then, they said you weren't going to be nothing. But look at you now. You're doing everything they said that you couldn't do. They got to eat their words. Tell them to eat their heart out. Every single last one of them. I'm telling you, you ain't gotta prove a point to nobody. You ain't gotta explain yourself to nobody, ladies and gentlemen. And even if you did, they would take your words and use them against you. So don't explain yourself to nobody. You did silent call-offs, silent cut-offs. You did everything. And they upset because of that. Because you taking your life seriously. And they just mad because you show them better than what you can tell them. So they can't live your life. They can't walk in your shoes. No, 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 no. They can't even box with you. They can't even dance with you. You're to the dance floor up and embarrass them. Like you got served and stumped the yard. You will embarrass them. But since you're moving in silence, they don't know what your next move is, your next plan. They don't know what you're about to do. But believe me this, if you're still watching, you are about to scare the living daylights out of these fools. You mark my words, they will be afraid. Not saying you the big bad wolf or the boogeyman or somebody, but you will scare the living daylights out of these people. Because they look at you like you was a little boy, a little girl that couldn't level up, but now look at you, you finna level up. This is why they can't figure out how you still making it. How you still getting out these traps they had set out for you. You know what I mean? But hey, let them sit there and hurt themselves. Let them sit there and try to figure out what you about to do. Because it's really painful to them. They walk around here mad at the world, stressed out, mad at other people. Instead of them fixing themselves, healing themselves, they want to sit up here and worry about little old you. People are wasting their time. They wasting their life. Life is too short for that. This is why they say people need to mind their business and just let people like you live your life. Because you're going to win regardless, whether they like it or not. They cannot fathom what's going on. And not only that, they wake up every day. Because you in their head every freaking day, every hour. They can't even get up and focus on their own life. They try to embarrass you because you want to tell your business, so they had to make up lies to get a reaction out of you. But guess what happened? Backfired big time. Because somebody said the big payback. That was the big payback. You'll be surprised at how petty people are. You moving in silence and they have to go tell lies to get a response out of you. And it still didn't work. You 10 steps ahead of these people. You are the road runner and they are the coyote. They can't catch up to you. You too fast for them. That's how far you moving. Even if they are doing better than you, guess what? You 10 steps ahead of these buffoons. Every single last one of them. I don't care who they are. I don't care how much money they got. At least you happy. They ain't happy. They can drive the fanciest car. They can show it out. They still ain't happy. But here you are, driving a Honda, a Ford, a Toyota, what type of car, I don't care what it is. You are still happy. You'll be living in an apartment, a studio apartment, a double wide. And you still happy. Because guess what? You are blessed and highly favored. But guess what? That's only temporary because you're going to move on up. And who's going to stop you? Nobody. Like the Jeffersons, you are moving up. Can't nobody stop you. But if you tell the plan, you're going to fail. And I know y'all not going to tell the plan. That's something you do not want to do. Keep it between you and the Most High. Because when he dropped that vision inside of you, that was for you only. Some people get ideas and visions and they go tell the other people. Then they go steal their ideals. Then they wonder why that person made it and they did because they ran off at the mouth. You got to keep your mouth closed at all times. When you see a vision or an idea, don't share it with nobody. I don't care who it is. Do not share it. Keep it to yourself. Capiche? Keep it to yourself, folks. Cause everybody don't want you to make it. They want you to stand teeter to them, handcuffed to the same environment, toxic environment that they are in, but that's not going to happen. Like I told you in my couple of shorts, you are an eagle. You don't flock with chickens or pigeons or ducks. You flock alone. You fly alone. You fly like an eagle, like the song for Space Jam. Who remember seeing the movie Space Jam back in the mid-90s? Remember the song Fly Like an Eagle? That's you. You're going to fly like an eagle. And when you do, you're going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to be painful to them. They're going to be scratching their head. They might as well be scratching a hole in their head. Scratching their bald spot in the middle of their head. How the hell did the sheep, they're going to be scratching like, ooh. Man, look at here. Y'all finna scratch a whole lot of people out. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but it happens when you mind your own business. It happens when people talk down on you, underestimate you. It happens when they at least expect you to come on top. You were second, now you first. The first will be last and the last will be first. They can't believe that you had made it this far. Because you didn't tell your business. You didn't open up your mouth and spill all the information. Because that's what they wanted you to do. So they can go back and try to sabotage your plans. But nobody cannot stop what God got for you. Unless you open up your mouth to the wrong people. But like I said, y'all so smart. You're so intelligent. They can't figure you out. Thank God nobody can't read minds. Because we be in trouble. But other than that, we safe. But as long as you keep your mouth closed, you in good hands. But you must move in silence at all times. Don't tell nobody what you got going on. Nobody. Even if they ask you questions, what you do with your life, make up a lie. Won't know, won't hurt them. And they so stupid, they'll believe it. They be thinking they got some information. They slaving it at the mouth. Saliva coming out their mouth like a hungry hyena. Oh, okay. They go back and tell it, and guess what? It won't nothing but lies. They be hurry up to quick and tell it. Girl, you can't believe what such and such had told me. Hey, yo, bruh, you cannot believe what such and such done told me whole entire time. It ain't nothing but lies, made up information, fairy tales. Because you already know what type of time they on. They just want to be nosy, y'all. Remember, move in silence at all times. It's getting painful to their heads, painful to their minds. They cannot fathom of what's going on in your life. They think they know, but they don't know nothing. This is why they finna get hurt. They finna get embarrassed. And not only that, they're gonna tuck their tail between their legs. Because last time I checked, this is your life. You ain't gotta tell nobody what you got going on in your life. Unless you really trust this person or these people. But you already know who you're dealing with. You can tell if somebody trustworthy or not. You can easily tell. Because your spirit will pick up on it. Am I right? Yeah. But other than that, let them drive themselves crazy. Let them stress themselves out. Let them bang their head against the wall. Because they're going to try to get a clue, make stuff up, and it's still not going to work. So let them sit there and fathom all they want to. It's not going to work. Mark my words. It is not going to work. Can you dig what I'm saying? It's not going to work. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying tuned in. I hope you all enjoyed that message. And like I always say, we ain't going to stop till we get to the top. Brother Spiritual Warrior is heading out. Y'all please be safe out there. Remember, move in silence at all times. Let them fathom all they want to, but they will never figure out what you got going on in your life. So remember, stay tuned for more content. Content come on the way. Be sure to keep the notifications bell on for more videos, more YouTube shorts and on. But yeah, I appreciate all of you. I really do. I don't take none of y'all for granted. So, I love you all. You already know what to do. But be safe. And most importantly, keep your third eye open at all costs. Protect your energy at all costs. And remember, move in silence. I'm out of here.